Welcome back to the Front Mission 2 walkthrough, and according to the guide right now, we are going to do Mission 6 for the POW camp, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different dialogue before we actually go and do that. But anyway, let's get started. Let's go to the main HQ. And then you just go ahead and talk to everybody, see what they're saying. I think one of them gives you a network address for intel for the next mission or something. And another thing about intel is, like, sometimes if you eliminate certain enemies throughout the game, you can actually get intel for the following mission. You can read it by entering this password after the OCU address. So see what I was just talking about. So let's go to OCU. And it looks like it added something. Anyway, you're going to go to the tent now. And then talk to Griff again. Now talk to Sayuri. Alright, now we're heading over to Daukandei. But let's go to the HQ, like they said, and talk to Hordman. Alright, now she's giving us data for the next rescue operation, it looks like. Or maybe that's what she said earlier. I'm not sure. And we just prepped our Wanzers, but we got to go back to the maintenance area now, because Griff needs one. Alright, now we're going to go to negotiation. Now the Zora set isn't bad, so we can actually make do with that. So go to setup. And you notice it has nothing on it, just like the man said. Nothing on it, but I mean, it's a good starter Wanzer. And first thing you want to do is go to pilot for Griff and obviously reinstitute his skills, because you have to do this manually. If you don't do it, you're going to miss out and you're going to be in trouble. So anyway, once you've done that, go ahead to his Wanzer, and you'll notice there's really nothing that we can put on there because we don't have it, because the inventory was reset and we never really got to upgrade Griff anyway because it was just part of the, the beginning mission of the game. if you started watching back that far at Remian Base. But anyway, you go to Shop, and you go to Setup. And all we're going to do for Griff, let's see if they got Knuckles. They got any Knuckles? Really, you got nothing for me? You can't be serious. They got nothing that's melee? They got no melee weapons for Griff. So, you know what? We're just going to leave that alone for right now. And what we're going to do is just exit. And we're going to go directly to Daukandei because there's probably some upgrades there. All right, now, and another thing to note, later on in the game, once, you know, the groups are more well-equipped or better united, eventually you'll get an access network code, and I think it says Berg. Like, it'll say Berg, and you'll get access to the Berg Samity online shop for, you know, weapons, parts, etc. Anyway, we're going to go to the Coliseum right now. And then if you want to, talk to everybody here. And sometimes they'll even give you an actual network code. See, he just gave us a code to the Arena Wanzer network database. And that lady's got problems, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to hit entry. And another thing I need to show you is that the rate, the higher the rate, that means the bigger the prize money they're going to earn. And I'm pretty sure your rate is affected by your skills, your honor, and the level of equipment you have. Just in case you didn't already know. See, look at all this money. Look at all this money. Let's just go for the most difficult one. Why not? She's all short range anyway. And she's already kitted out pretty well. Yeah, look at the HP difference. This might take a little while, but she's got it. Alright, there we go. Now we can finally fight the champion. Had to do the jump skips because it just would have been too time consuming otherwise. So I'm going to enter solo, select Sayuri again, and go after the champion. And this is going to end probably quickly, I guess. Yep, there we go. And this is Cordy. She's another unarmed specialist. Alright, now at the bar, there's also, you know, the guy that's going to prime us for some codes and what have you. Save your game real quick, and then we're going to go off to the bar. And we're going to talk to everybody. Alright, now we're going to continue to talk to everybody else. And look, Thomas is at the bar. Yeah, it looks like Thomas is drunk. And now this is the guy I was waiting to see. This is going to prime you for network codes that you're to use to get the Raven Wanzer that was originally seen in the first Front Mission game. Enter Huffman into the OCU address. Alright, now according to a post on Reddit, you're supposed to enter it on 2 different days, but I'm going to test that theory, okay? I'm going to see if I can get all of this done in the quest primed in one go, because we're at stage 6 right now for Daukandei, and it says on the post at stage 6, do this, do that, enter the codes for the network, and then at stage 7, do this and that again. I'm going to see if I can input them all at once for you guys, so you don't have to deal with some overly tedious frustration. So, what you're going to do is go to the OCUF network address, and what you're going to do is type in Huffman, okay? Huffman, you know, like the Huffman conflict in the first game. Hit end. And now it's going to take you to this, and you're going to have to read it all. Yeah, see, it just talked about the Larkus factory incident right there. That took place in the first game. Alright, now it's going to ask you for a code, and the code you're going to put in is, let's see, you're going to use the check code Madeira, M-A-D-E-I-R-A, and then it'll give you the password Cicada, and once we reach that point, we'll go from there. And you're going to type in Madeira, just like I said, you know, like the wine, M-A-D-E-I-R-A. You can view additional documents by inputting Cicada to the OCU Armed Forces address. Alright, so now what you're going to do is go back out to the network, All right, so now once you've done that, you're going to go back to the OCUF address, and you are instead going to input Sakata. S-A-K-A-T-A. And now here we are moving on to the next portion of this, triggered part of the primer in order to get the Raven Wanzer. Alright, according to reporter Frederick Lancaster, who covered the Second Huffman conflict over a span of 6 months. Frederick Lancaster was a character in the first game and also a news reporter in the plotline. Alright, now it's priming us to enter the check code at this point. Now the check code to enter at this point is Osilipy, and that is spelled O-C-I-L-I-P-Y. And after we do this, we should get an email, and that'll have us primed for the Raven Wanzer, which we unfortunately won't be able to actually obtain until stage 25 in the game, which is ages from now. I know, ridiculous, right? So go ahead and type in Osilipy, exactly like I told you to, exactly how to spell it. O-C-I-L-I-P-Y. Now it sounds like we're in friggin' Sesame Street, for goodness sake. And then there's all the data on this thing. There you go. And there was one surviving Raven prototype that did not have the weird chip in it. This is the one that it's talking about. This is the one you obtain in the game. He sent us all this information, but I still don't know what he's planning. You've received an email to Lisa from unknown opening. I want you to come to the bar in Dhaka on the 24th of June. So, that unfortunately is not going to happen until it's like the 25th stage of the game, and Dhaka is the capital. So that's a long way in the storyline before we even get the Raven. It's more of an end game type item, really. Kind of like the Mythos Bee and the Shakal Bee that I've got these two in right now. So, once you've effectively done that, exit out, and now that we're done with that headache, what we are going to do is go directly to the Berg Samity hideouts. He's like, screw it, you can buy your weapons. Fuck it. Alright, we're going to immediately go to setup. And I'm going to see if they have any perks I can add. No, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Sayuri's got one. She's got best position. But unfortunately, we don't really have any perks on these guys because they're so low level. I'm surprised Sayuri has best position anyway. Just get that on her. And we really need to equip Griff. So let's check out Griff real quick. Let's check his CPU. He's still using the crap CPU. He's going to need a better one. Everybody's going to need a better CPU. And it looks like, yeah, Cordy's going to need to be updated as well. And she's hand-to-hand combat. So we're just going to go over to Cordy here. And since she already starts at a decent level, we're going to put on Faint Critical and Heat Blow since that's what she already has. And now we're going to exit out of that setup here now that we've got our pilots settled in. And we're going to go to shop, and we're going to go to computers. Now, it looks like they're only selling the Balliol, so we're just going to buy 2 of those, and we're going to immediately overclock both of them to 4. And before I actually update the equipment on these guys, we're going to go back out to setup, the setup portion of the shop, like our personal setup. And now we're going to go over to Griff, and we're going to load that computer in him, and we're going to change the setting to mode number 2 on the Balliol. And that'll do it for now because that's what's available. Now we're going to go down to Cordy, and since that's the only CPU available, obviously, we're just going to load the Balliol 4 in her, and we're also going to stick it to mode 2 since, you know, she's melee as well. Now that we have Griff and Cordy taken care of, I'm just going to double check the computers on these 2, and they're still the same. They're also using the Balliol, but it's on mode 3 because they're short and long. So now we're going to back out again, and we're going to go to the actual shop this time, and we're going to go to setup. Now, what you're going to do for Griff, we're going to check his parts real quick. And it looks like what he has is actually pretty good. We're going to check Cordy real quick before we just Griff. Let's see, what are her stats looking like? She's still in the Zenith 5. You know what, that's fine for now because it maximizes her defense. I really have no complaints. And it looks like she's already got a backpack. Yeah, she's already got a backpack. Left hand, is there anything better than what you have? No, it looks like Cordy is already, I guess, maxed for what her tier is. She already has the best shield and hand-to-hand stuff you can get right now. And we just upgraded her CPU. So it looks like there's really nothing we can do for her. Let's see, left shoulder, we're going to give Griff the shields because he does not have any. And for the left hand, since he is a melee weapon rod user, we're going to give him 2 hard rods. And that's all we can do for Griff. Lisa, I'm going to double check Lisa's gear. And nah, there's really nothing we can do here for Lisa. So she's going to stick with her anti-air missiles and her regular missiles and her machine guns. And Sayuri's going to stick with her shield, anti-air rockets, and machine guns. And we're just going to need to level them up. Now, before we leave, mind you, before we leave, now this is extra when you're doing a playthrough. If you really want to, you can earn some extra credits. And what you do is you talk to this guy named Lupo, and he's going to give you the Negus set Wanzer. And it really kind of sucks, honestly, and it's hard to keep it alive. So, personally, if you want to do it for the extra credits, you know, go ahead and just knock it out, but I already know I'm not going to need it, and the guy's kind of a creep anyway. So, personally, I'm just going to avoid that one since the Negus is not a good Wanzer, and basically that's all you're going to need to do at this point in the game. So, once you've done all of your doohickeys and upgraded and adjusted everything, save your game just like I did, and now what we're going to do is actually exit and do the POW camp mission. Forget using the Negus, it's not very good, and it's way worse than what we got right now. And now at long last, and of course this is going to be a longer than normal video, so hope you've readied your popcorn when you're watching this or done whatever it is you need to do, because now we're finally going to go to the Prisoner of War camp. Thankfully, with all the nice gear we got and our overpowered Wanzers, this shouldn't be taking too terribly long. And surprise! And surprise, there's helicopters. I wonder what kind of Wanzer that was. Oh, it's a dead Wanzer now. Alright, and here we go. Now, given the fact that Lisa and Siri need an EXP immediately, we're going to send them up first. And then they're going to be followed by Griffin Cordy. Or it doesn't matter. Just get Lisa and Siri in the front. Already the Wanzers. Yes, Malin is one of those funny characters that sounds overly important. He's actually pretty cool. He's like the, I guess you could say he's like the Wario of Front Mission. It's like, I don't know, I guess it's like, depends on your sense of humor and what have you, but I think he's pretty damn funny, because he sounds like overly important. Yeah, we're going to have one of our melee specialists deal with that smartass. We're going to send Sayuri right up this way. And we're going to send Elisa right up over here, and she's going to turn left next turn to deal with that other guy. Alright, and now we're just going to have Griff take care of, you know, whichever one he's able to get to first. Same with Cordy. Yeah, I'm going to have Cordy go left and have Griff go right, the way that's looking. All right, now since Sayuri is short range, obviously, we're just gonna have her hammer on this guy. You get as much experience as possible with everybody. Yeah, see what having a properly tuned CPU and equipped mech does? He just leveled up melee. He killed that guy in one go. Given it was an easier target, but still, it does make the difference. Now we're going to have her hit him with the POW M2. Get her long range skill up a little bit. Nice, she just took out an arm. Looks like he moved too close, and now she unfortunately cannot target him, but we'll save her missile for another target. And we'll just machine gun this guy instead. And get her a little bit of short XP. Maybe she can get faint. If not this game, then hopefully the next one, you know, next mission and what have you. Alright, now we're going to move Sayuri up this way. Move Griff around this way. Ah, come on. Alright, well, that takes care of that. Let's start moving everybody up. Let's leave Sayuri where she's at. Move Griff around this way. And move Lisa into position over here. And then Sayuri, I guess, we'll just We'll just get her moving over towards that truck right there. Alright, looks like we'll actually get a chance to use that other missile. I mean, provided she hits them and she can get long XP. Can you hit them? Yes, you can. Hit him. Nice. Blew his arm off. 33 XP. Yeah, Griff moving forward too. He needs to get some experience. Let's see. Yeah, Sayuri is just going to take out this truck right here. Yeah, she has like only one skill, I think, or no skills. Get him. Get him, Lisa. Yeah, Sayuri needs that XP. I'm going to let Griffin Cordy probably just go down this way and take care of them. Let's get Cordy moving this way instead. I should have moved her this way earlier, but whatever. Shit happens. Alright, we just got the feint skill for short. Awesome. Get that on there. Can rearrange them later. We're gonna have her take out the captain here, get some more short XP. Got her best position. That's a start anyway. It's an improvement from not having anything. And check status real quick. Yeah, awesome that she has feint now. That's a very nice skill to have. If you would have seen the first video in the series where I covered all the pilot's skills, how to set up their Wanzers and everything else, you would have known that. But yeah, what feint does is it basically helps everything chain together in a combo. It's a very, very good skill to have. Like, you're always going to want to have feint on. Now we're going to have her attack this guy again, get some more XP. And we just leveled up feint right after we got it. Fantastic. Haven't seen that happen before. Not right away, anyway. And I think what we're going to do is just let Lisa finish off this guy entirely. And never mind, she already did this turn. 110 XP right there for short range. So we're trying to get her faint too. Gonna get Griff down there. Let's see, who needs XP? Let's see, nah, see, she's level 3. I'll check everybody's status next turn, but I'm pretty sure Griff needs some XP real bad. So he's only got faint and critical. Yeah, he needs some. Yeah, he still needs some more XP. Let's go ahead and have him knock out this tank. Oh, looks like it might take a couple turns for him to do that. And Cordy's going to get that smaller target down over there. There you go, Griff. Get some EXP in there. Let's get Griff to hit another one. So we can get him his skill leveled up one more time. Oh, I guess he'll be finishing off that target, and then I suppose we'll get Lisa on the next one. That one tank or whatever it is that's left over down there. Come on, Griff, get him. There you go. We're just shy of leveling him up. Like, skill-wise, just shy of it. Let's double-check Lisa real quick. Check her status. What do you got? Let's see, you're level 3 short, level 4 long. What's Sayuri at? Level 4 short, level 2 long. Well, you know, she's all about short range, so that's fine. We're going to need the extra XP in on Lisa. So let's get Lisa down here for that last tank target and just knock that out. And Lisa's just going to go ahead and pummel this guy. And we just got Lisa faint. That's what we needed. Faint in best position. Good start. Alright, now that you're done with the POW camp, it's time to go back to Daukandei. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it anyway. And now it's going to send you right over to the arena. Well, we're just going to check this out real quick for sake of storyline. Yeah, the device they're talking about is named Fenrir. That's going to be revealed later in the story. Anyway, once you're done with that bit of dialogue, go ahead and save your game right now. And what you should do now is really just grind the Coliseum for more money. And I would suggest probably getting to around, I don't know, 35,000 credits just to be safe. Just to put that in perspective, just to have a little bit of a money buffer for when you buy the next round of upgrades. And with that being said, I will see you on the next video.